Hello everyone. Recently a lot of changes have come to Dead by Daylight that has given some players some trouble, mainly healing perk buffs and a change to the survivor spawn system that favors early pressure and teaming over the superior 3-gen split. In addition, the uprising and the use of Vigil has made extremely strong exhaustion perks like Sprint Burst far more common. This makes some players feel very pressured since a strong early game from the opponents can be scary, and healing and chases have become more efficient overall. As a result, I went into the lab to help my fellow Xenomorphs adapt to the new shift in meta from the survivor side, so let's go in and talk about the new anti-meta build. First off, we start with an odd pick for the Xenomorph, but great for countering the new survivor spawns, Corrupt Intervention. Corrupt blocks 3 generators furthest from your spawn point for 120 seconds, which goes away if you down a survivor early. This prevents survivors from spawning in immediately on those generators and teaming up on them using Prove Thyself toolboxes, etc. trying to get them done fairly quickly. Instead, this forces them deeper into the center of the map, wasting vital time that they could have been spending on generators. This is where our next perk comes into play, Discordance. Discordance is when any generator within 128 meters is being repaired by at least 2 survivors. That generator is marked with yellow aura, and there's a loud noise notification given when this happens, lingering for 4 seconds even if that generator leaves range or goes down to 1 survivor. Since the survivors will still likely be grouped up as they move across the map, catch them out immediately with Discordance teaming up on one of the generators. Hop into a tunnel and immediately approach that aura that just popped up from the Discordance generator. And this is where our next anti-meta combo comes into play, Mindbreaker and Molted Skin. This is a combo you should be familiar with on Xenomorph by now. Mindbreaker is when survivors are repairing a generator, they suffer from the exhausted and blindness status effects, and this lingers for 5 seconds after they leave the generator as well. This pairs excellently with the Xenomorph add-on Molted Skin, which exhausts survivors for 30 seconds after they place a flame turret. Through this combo, any survivors that wanted to greed the generator just to immediately use Sprint Burst, Lithe, something like that other exhaustion perks will now be shut down. This even combats Vigil very well, since Mindbreaker lasts not for a set duration, but just as long as they are repairing the generator. Chase down one of these survivors you just caught teaming up on the generator and hook them. This is where our last perk comes into play, Pop Goes the Weasel. When you hook a survivor, Pop Goes the Weasel activates for 45 seconds. The next time you kick a generator within that time limit, that generator regresses for 20% of its current progress. Usually players shy away from Pop since the damage is proportional instead of flat. However, since we are specifically using it for generators that have been doubled up on, this will give more value since generators that are doubled up on finish within about 52 seconds instead of the usual 90. Odds are these generators will have more progress already accumulated, making Pop actually more worthwhile. With this build, you'll be able to delay the early pressure of the match, catch any survivors teaming up on generators, prevent them from pre-running using exhaustion perks, and slow down the generator progress of the match all in one fell swoop. As an aside, Xenomorph has really good base kit information compared to other characters in Dead by Daylight, but if you want to use this build on someone else, I'd recommend throwing in Lethal Pursuer for an even better early game.